Hi, I'm Jimmy Brown, and welcome to this next episode of String Theory. We're going to pick up where we left off last month in my little tribute to the great late Michael Brecker, tenor saxophonist Michael Brecker. And I'm going to show you part 2 of my little tribute solo called Melodic Minor Domination. And I call it that because it's based upon modes of the melodic minor scale, specifically the C Lydian dominant mode and the B diminished whole tone scale, also known as the Superlocrian mode. And again, Michael Brecker was such a great pioneer of fusion jazz. You know, he stood on the shoulders of the great John Coltrane, and in my opinion, he took things further and really, crossed that bridge between jazz and rock and everything, especially with his brother Randy Brecker in the 70s with the Brecker Brothers, and in Steps Ahead in the 1980s, playing the EWI. It could play through 8 octaves, and then going back to the tenor saxophone, and with his solo work in the 90s in the first new millennium. And here is the second half of the solo. Just to review quickly, I'll play the chords again to put it in context, and then we'll play the solo and we'll break it down. Okay, to refresh your memory, the 8-bar chord progression is E minor 7 for 2 bars, C13 for 2 bars, B7 altered, or more specifically B7 sharp 5 for 2 bars, E minor 9 for 1 bar, B7 altered for 1 bar. That's like a little turnaround, and then it goes back to E minor 7. So played in time, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Just keeps repeating, okay? So here now is the solo picking up. Remember I said it was a 32-bar solo, so I showed you bars 1 through 16 last time. Now we're going to begin with bar 17, heading through to the end, bar 32. And remember the last phrase, it went, okay, so that's the pickup to the first phrase of this part. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so as I said last time, I ended on the A note, which is the 11th of E minor. An E minor 11 arpeggio would be E, G, B, D, F sharp, A. It lends itself nice to sweeping. You could also play here. I think I did that in the previous column, right? So, and from that point I go, get that nice, build that rhythmic tension with those triplets. I'm doing a downstroke and then an upstroke sweep. If you notice, that looks like a B minor 7, But played over E, over an E bass note, it sounds like the upper structure portion of an E minor 11 arpeggio, minus the G note. That's implied. What's kind of cool is in bar 19, that morphs into C13 sharp 11 arpeggio. Okay, so I changed the B note, which is the 5th of V minor, and then when it goes to the C13 chord, it goes to B flat, right? Always thinking about voice leading here. Again, I'm using C Lydian dominant, which, if you recall from last time, is great scale to play over any kind of 9th chord or 13th chord. Here's C13, here's C13 9, or with a sharp 11. Here's C13 sharp 11. Pretty cool voicing, where you could play it like this. Get someone else to play the bass note, right? Okay, so I went. And then a little chromatic walk up to B7. That's in bar 21. You'll find out it's very common to go from the root to the 7th. And then I'm using B7 altered Remember B7 altered? We could use a B7 sharp 9 chord, B7 flat 9 with a sharp 5 or with a flat 5. Any combination of flat 9, sharp 9, and flat 5 and sharp 5. It's all part of that B superlocrian mode, which remember is the seventh mode of C melodic minor. C melodic minor would be start one note lower on the seventh. Okay, so from the C13, I'm going. This is a downbeat of bar 21. And here's a neat little triplet lick. There's definitely a saxophone-like phrasing. Position shift. And that's the downbeat of bar 23 where we go back to an E minor sound. Notice how I, quote, tonicized the E minor. We're going, you know, even though it's a minor 7 type of chord, it's E minor 9 in this case. It goes back to classical music. You create a minor sound by going, right? It's like Bach, right? But then interesting, I hit D natural, which is the flat 7th. So I'm using the natural 7th, D sharp, as a melodic device. And then harmonically thinking I'm using the minor 7. And then in bar 24, when it goes to B7 altered. And then we're into the next chorus. So that's the flat 9 of B. A little finger slide, another slide. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, E minor 9. Right, now you hear it in context. Okay, here's another little triplet lick, saxophone type of tumbling triplet, except for here, instead of doing a sweep, I'm alternate picking and I'm doing a little bit of a tricky position shift. It's pinky, index, and then ring finger, index, pinky. You can loop that. Works great over A minor, by the way. Over D minor. Okay, here we're doing over E minor. You could, you know, do a sweep. It sounds a little softer, right? I mean, the alternate picking has more of a da 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 da. Another slide because, you know, I'm thinking contrasts. You know, I just did something really staccato and then kind of temper it with some legato. And then when it goes to the C13 chord for the last time in bar 27, I do another sweep. Again, I'm using C Lydian dominant. Here it is in that position. So I'll work that into a little sweep. Downstroke sweep. And then finally, when we get to the B7 altered chord for the last time in bar 29, instead of just walking straight up like, I'm using this kind of pattern. That's definitely a jazz, John Coltrane style phrasing. And he would play lines like, you know, so that's what I'm going. Here I'm using B superlocrian, also known as a B altered dominant or B diminished whole tone scale. Again, the position would be flat 9, sharp 9, third, flat 5, sharp 5, flat 7 root, flat 9, sharp 9, third, flat 5, sharp 5, 7 root. If you played this chord, B7, sharp 9, sharp 5, B7, flat 9, flat 5, B7 sharp 9 flat 5, B7 flat 9 sharp 5. So you kind of see where the scale pattern lives within the chord shape. And then on that last E minor 9 chord, bar 31, I'm targeting that sweet ninth sound. And then for the turnaround, in bar 31, that kind of sounds like a C minor idea, right? Right? And that's because, as I think I mentioned last time, I'm using C minor type of ideas over B7 altered because I'm using the 7th mode of C melodic minor. C melodic minor, right, with a natural 7. B7 altered dominant. So it sounds kind of neat to do this parallel structure where I'm going and then do a similar thing over the B7, but that would be a C minor add 9 arpeggio. But it sounds pretty wild over B. A very poignantly dramatic resolution to the 5th of E minor, B. So here it is, one more time, all the way through, played slowly. 1, 2.